Right, we are now recording. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me. I have alongside me Miss Natasha Gilson, also known as Miss Motivator, Miss Motivator UK. I will be introducing or allowing Natasha to introduce herself fully in just a second. But the purpose of this little video that we're doing today is just for me to give Natasha the opportunity to showcase herself and the new business concept of Ditch the Diet that she is launching live next week from the 8th of June. And it's something that I'm really a massive advocate of. I've been working closely with Natasha for a number of months now, and it's something that I want to give Natasha the best opportunity for showcasing what she's got to offer and how this can benefit so many people across the UK, well, and the world, let's face it, because it is an online offering here. But yeah, Natasha, welcome. Thank you for joining me on this.
Thank you.
Say hi. Give us a little bit of introduction about you. Who's Miss Motivator?
Okay, thank you ever so much, Helen, for introducing me there. So as Helen said, I am Natasha and my business is Miss Motivator. I am a qualified personal trainer and also online fitness coach. So up until this point, really, my passion is to help people feel good about themselves. And up until this point, this has been working generally with people in the gym and also online to help them achieve their own fitness and kind of weight loss goals, really. So I'd say probably 90% of my clients have come to me for weight loss, help with achieving their body goals. What I've seen really recurring is just a common theme of people kind of, returning to the same kind of habits. So with slimming groups, slimming consultants, asking me about certain shakes and, miracle kind of like diet teas and things like that. And I feel like I've seen quite a big gap in the market actually for, something fresh and something new and something that isn't promoting a quick fix. Unfortunately, we live in a society where everything is kind of packaged up as you can achieve this overnight, you can achieve this in 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks. But as we've spoken about like quite a lot before, especially like with my own personal development and working with you, it is, it's a lifestyle thing. You can never just achieve it and then that's it, you done. So I'm trying to bring something that is it's a monthly subscription, so it's a rolling thing. So rather than you just signing up for 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, you're there for as long as you feel, the need to be there to educate yourself and feel empowered to then kind of go it alone, so to speak.
Cool. Let's get into the actual business concept and the structure of it in just a sec. I just want to go back, we're going back to last summer, July 2019. I got a call from yourself to start working with me to obviously elevate you as a person and elevate you as a brand and a business and start getting you moving forward and achieving the goals that you have got huge visions for, and are actually then living those out right now in what we are starting with the initial stages of. What exactly have you been working on during like that period of time over 10-11 months? What have you been working on and what significantly changed for you?
I feel like I've been working on so much. I do feel like I've come a long way. Like, as you know, when I first met you, as much as probably on social media and to people who know me, I've come across as probably very outwardly confident. My inner confidence was probably zilch. So I feel like that has massively, increased. Just little things really, just like accepting myself for, like who I am and where I am, and respecting like my own journey and things as well. So I think, anyone who kind of has followed me on social media would have, kind of seen my own personal growth in terms of I will now post videos with no makeup on, just rolled out of bed, having my, my little tummy roll hanging over my trousers or whatever, because how can I, be trying to teach people how to love themselves and accept themselves if I'm not doing the same? So I feel like I've really had to, like embody what I would like to help others kind of, you know, achieve for themselves as well. So yeah, like that has massively, you know, changed for me, especially in terms of like judgment from others as well. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that, you know, particularly in the world that we live in. It's all about, you know, kind of what that Instagram life, that social media life, isn't it? You know, and only putting out the best of ourselves and what we want people to see. So people are constantly aspiring to be this or have this or do this, and they're only seeing people's kind of best side. You know, they're not seeing what's going on behind the scenes. So I feel like I've tried to be a lot more transparent in what's going on behind the scenes for me. You know, like I am a single mum. I am, you know, like a business owner. I've been massively affected, you know, in terms of like the pandemic, trying to launch a new product, trying to homeschool, trying to keep my fitness levels up. And I've been, you know, really honest about probably hasn't gone that great. But I also think that's what people need to see, and they need to hear, and they need to understand that, you know, it's fine, you know, like not to be on it 24/7. It's fine, you know, for your weight to fluctuate. It's fine not to, you know, have nailed it all, be the best mum, be the best in the gym, have the best body. You know, we're trying to juggle like so many balls, aren't we? So I feel like what I'm trying to bring to the table now is really helping people just to have that balance, like to achieve a balance, you know, and sometimes something will have to give. And as long as that's not your own kind of mental health, I suppose, then, you know, that's one of the sort of key focuses with Ditch the Diet, which we'll speak about shortly.
A huge recognition in your own growth and your own development from me is definitely what you just said about embodying, you know, your own growth and working through your own sort of blockages and obstacles, because we all have them. You know, there is no such thing as the filtered Instagram lifestyle and all of that pedestal of perfection and all of that we speak about. You know, it is about, let's be real, let's be honest, let's be transparent. And there is still nothing wrong with that portrayal and that transparency, for you to then still be, you know, working through that and delivering on a valuable product. Because, you know, coming from a place of congruency and knowing the power behind that, people buy into that. You know, people recognize, you know, who you are and what you stand for when you're being real. So huge testament to you. And, you know, I know how much this is important to you for delivery and for, you know, succeeding. But I also knew what was important for you to go through that journey and work through all of those different elements yourself. So, you know, kudos to you for, you know, being in this position now. What are we on, the 2nd of June, about to launch like what is going to be life-changing for so many people. You know, this is not about your life-changing moments now. You know, that's an ongoing thing as well. But you're working on that yourself, but this is life-changing for someone else. But again, before we get to that point, I just want you to share as well some of your biggest wins and biggest achievements. I know you said it's the little things, but what have those little things all added up to for you over the last 10, 11 months?
I think for me, when we first met, actually, we started working together. If you remember, I'd advertised a retreat that I wanted to run.
Oh, I remember.
And I remember kind of coming to you, and like the numbers weren't working out, and, you know, I'd got a couple of people on it quite quickly, and then it had really stalled. So in my mind, I was at the point where I just wanted to quietly, you know, pull it off the market, kind of refund the people that I booked on and not go through with it. But it wasn't necessarily because I didn't want to do it. I didn't have the belief that I was able to, you know, to do it. And I think, you know, we had a conversation where we kind of flipped it, and it was like, think about those people, you know, who have booked on, who are looking forward to it, and what you can, you know, facilitate for them, you know, and think about them as opposed to how it's feeling for you. And I think that's been a massive learning for me as well. You know, like, yes, I might not necessarily like to put myself out there or like to feel uncomfortable, but if I always keep in mind knowing that I'm doing it to help others, then it's like one thing that definitely, you know, has helped me to push through, you know, like those barriers and those blockages and all the self-doubt. If I think, well, if someone sees this today and it helps them in any way, then, you know, job done really. And I think the more that I have put myself out there and the more that I have been transparent, the feedback that I've got, you know, like from clients or from people who follow me and things, you know, it only takes like one message to go, I really needed to see that today. And you're like, hey, you know, even though I was in an hour and about putting it out there, it has helped someone in some way. So yeah, that's been really like powerful for me, you know, and helped to propel me forward, you know, and know that I'm kind of traveling the right path as well.
Absolutely. I mean, every single barrier and hurdle that has come up along the way, you have smashed through it one way, shape or form, even if it's been by me dragging you over that hurdle or pushing you from behind. Like, we've got you there. And now, drum roll please, the diet. Tell me and tell everybody that's watching this, listening to this and tuning into this, exactly what is Ditch the Diet? What is it about?
Okay, so Ditch the Diet it's an online weight management and wellbeing monthly subscription service. So when I say weight management as well, I want to be really open with this. I don't want people to feel as though weight is something they have to manage. You know, if you're happy with your body and happy with the weight you are, then I'm not here to say, you know, everyone should be a size 10, 12, 14. It's whatever fits for you. But I also know from working with people and, you know, in particular working, you know, with women and the way they talk about their bodies, a lot of women, you know, they're not happy with their bodies. So if you're not happy, then this subscription service will help you to manage and achieve your body goals, you know, as an individual, and with what aligns and works for you and your lifestyle. So I've been really, really open, like on my social media, there's going to be no like mandatory weigh-ins and things. So I've been doing a little bit of research and carrying out some polls and also speaking to clients and stuff as well. And from the research that I've done, the majority of people, I think it was like 85% of people don't enjoy being weighed. They don't enjoy stepping on the scales. And when I delved deeper with some of those people, it was because of feelings of failure or feelings of shame or embarrassment, really all around a number on a scale, you know, and how seeing that number like literally had the ability to impact like their entire day, like, you know, their entire week, going and getting weighed in on a Monday and then stepping on the scale and thinking, well, nothing's happened and I've been really good, you know, for the last 7 days. So what's the point? You know, there's no point in continuing with this. So I really want to try and get away from people judging themselves based on a number, you know, because we are all more than just a number. And I'm sure we've all seen those diagrams and things as well, where it's like, what do these ladies have in common? And they're all different shapes and sizes. And it's like, they all weigh 10 stone. So really, a number on a scale doesn't have any bearing on how you feel, doesn't have any bearing really on how fit or healthy you are. And also that's the big thing as well. It's about health, and health is about more than just, you know, what's on your plate or what exercise you're doing. It's about your mental well-being as well. And I think, you know, a lot of the products that are out there at the moment, they're not really focusing on the bigger picture, which is people's mental, you know, well-being. So calling food like sins, for example, or giving your clients cheat days, you know, it's almost immediately conjuring up like a negative, you know, well, if something's a sin, it's bad, you know, or bad foods or banned foods or cheats. These are all, you know, have negative connotations. So I really want to get away, you know, from that and actually help to educate people, and provide them with knowledge so that they actually feel empowered themselves, you know, to make the choices that fit with their life and are sustainable.
Yeah.
So, you know, I felt like I've been running some kind of 4-week plans myself for like the last kind of 7-8 months. And all of the people that have been through it have achieved, you know, like weight loss results and, you know, come away and thought it was great. But I really felt like all I was doing was actually just contributing to this, you know, kind of damaging diet culture. Join me for 4 weeks and, you know, you'll go from X to Y.
Yeah.
And it's not really about that, because a lot of the people have actually rolled on from month to month to month. I think there's one lady who's been in there, you know, like since January, because they kind of get to the end of the 4 weeks and it's like, well, what next? Where do I go? I need to continue being supported. So that's another reason that I've put it together as a rolling monthly subscription. Yeah. So you stay as long as you know, feel you need to. But at the end of the day, you know, there is no quick fix for creating a sustainable lifestyle. It's an ongoing thing, and something that needs to be consciously worked at. And I feel like putting this together with the community is something that can really, really, you know, help people for a long period of time, as opposed to just being a quick fix.
So I'm just going to say it then. You know, I normally am just blunt. We are going in basically and challenging all of the people that are out there saying 8-week shred, 12-week fat loss plan, 16-week miracle, weekly weigh-ins, and basically we're ditching all of that. You're basically saying that you're going up against all of that, which has stopped people from having such a healthy relationship with themselves, and a healthy relationship with their health, their well-being, their food, their sleep, their rest, and all of the understanding of it. You said one word in there, which is key to me, and that's knowledge. You are massively big on educating people the right way. And it's through that education, isn't it, through your package, that then you're going to be able to empower people to understand themselves, have that awareness about themselves, and take control instead of being little puppets on a string of, you know, dancing to someone else's tune of numbers and boxes that they need to fit in to feel worthy enough.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And
that's that. We're going up against you all.
You nailed it. No, but I think, you know, self-care, you know, is like a massive part of it actually as well. And I think that's something that's not addressed, you know, like nearly, well, really by anyone that I've seen. So like, I feel that, you know, if you work on that self-care and that self-love, you're going to want to eat better. You're going to want to move more, you know, and there's nothing wrong with being any weight, shape or size. But I feel like, you know, if you're struggling to get your own body up and down off the floor, or you're struggling to walk up the stairs without being out of breath, or you can't join in playing with your children or grandchildren, then if you work on loving yourself, those other things will just come. You know, you will say, actually, I do want to be able to run around with my grandchildren. So actually, I'm going to choose to have this over this, or actually, I am going to go for a walk instead of just sitting down, and I am going to choose those other options that are going to give me the lifestyle that I actually want to have. So it's not so, you know, I feel like a lot of diet plans and things that are out there, they focus only on the exercise and the food. You know, and actually one of the ladies in my group that's just come to an end yesterday, she said, what I've really liked about working with you over the last month is the fact that it hasn't just been focused on exercise and what I can and can't eat. You know, I've had ladies say to me, I'm going, you know, here for dinner, what should I have? And my answer is like, well, what do you want? And they'll say, oh, well, you know, I'd really like the chips and the pizza or what. And it's like, well, you can have that. And they're like, oh, can I? Well, you can have whatever you want. So it's about teaching people that if weight loss is your, you know, your goal, if you want to have that when you go out, what could you do during the day or during the week to allow you to kind of have that and feel okay with it, you know, rather than have it and then feel like you're a failure, like you've gone off track, you've gone off plan. We're talking about life here. You know, food is there to be enjoyed. It's not bad. It's not a sin. There's nothing wrong with having cake and chocolate and things like that. But if weight loss is your goal, it's about having that knowledge yourself to make the decisions that align with the body that you know, want to have and the life that you want to live. And that's what I want to give to people, really.
You are giving that to people. It's all wrapped up, nicely packaged. Ditch the diet. Even the word itself, diet and ditch, we've done a lot of work around, you know, the branding element of this, and you know, what are people getting, how is it, you know, how is it structured. Even ditch the diet with the play on the words there. Me and you don't like the word diet, you know, but it's a case of it's being used purposefully for this, but obviously in contrast to ditching, because you are not about dieting, you are about lifestyle. You know, this is sharp, this is punchy, you're going to be educated, you're going to be changing the whole, the mindset and framework of people's approach to their health and their well-being through this online subscription. So, round it up for me. When is it being released? What's the price point on it? And where do people find out more information and get signed up?
Okay, so actually people can already sign up now. So it launches on the 8th of June, so next Monday. but if you head over to my website, www.missmotivator.co.uk, all the information you need to find out and to sign up is there. It's £49, which is a monthly subscription, and in that you also will receive a welcome pack. So within the welcome pack itself, I mean, that's been currently put together, and it's around 30-page document. And even just in that alone, I mean, I would say, maybe I'm biased, but that alone is worth more than the £49. You know, so even just having that 6 months, 12 months from now, it is a document that can last you for life. You can pick it up at any point and feel like you know where to start again to kind of get back, you know, on track. So yeah, launches next Monday, missmotivator.co.uk, 49 quid. Get yourself signed up.
Awesome. Ditch the diet then. You've heard it here first. You need to be involved if you are passionate, and as passionate as Natasha is about changing people's approaches to your lifestyle and everything to do with your health and well-being. Get educated, be in the right team, have the right people in your corner. Natasha knows the value of that, and she is then, you know, putting all of her time, energy and focus into delivering this Ditch the Diet package, and what I believe is going to be a brand that is going to go up against and challenge, you know, the leaders, if you like, within this field, so that we can actually adopt a new way of approaching life, approaching health and approaching well-being. So Natasha, I'm extremely proud of you. You know, you've come on leaps and bounds. The last 10, 11 months has been a delight.
It's been emotional.
For you. Let's just put that out there. For you. No, it's been a delight, and you know, I'm thoroughly excited to see where this goes. I'm a huge fan of the brand and of everything that you're doing, and it can change lives and will change lives. So good luck with it all. Thanks for sharing that with all the viewers and the listeners and everybody tuning in today. And yeah, well done you. Kudos. Ditch the diet. Motivator.co.uk. Get yourselves involved.